Everyone wants to be in shape. Everyone, wants to be physically fit. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to be in shape or likes being unhealthy. So what do? They join a gym, they start a fitness program, or, they change their diet. And what happens? Everyone who tries to transform their body at some point hits a wall. And sometimes they just don't overcome it and they find themselves back in the condition where they were. And 2 years ago, one of my students, Cody, who was going for his black belt, hit his wall. It was a physical part of the test, and it was the run, and he had failed his run, and he did not get his black belt. And it was devastating. Anyone who's trying to change their, physical fitness level hits a wall, and whenever you fail, it cannot feel good, and it can be really, really hard to get, yourself back on your feet and get going again. And there he was 1 year later with another black belt test opportunity, waiting for him. I had sat down with him and said, if you work with me for the next couple of months, I will coach you, and if you do what I say and follow these couple of steps, you will lose the weight and get in the shape you need to pass your test. And in a few months, he had lost over 20 pounds. He was training harder than he ever did before, and he passed his test. He finally overcame the hump that he needed to in order to achieve his black belt. And it wasn't mostly about, getting the black belt and getting his first degree. I know it was more about, him being able to have that confidence in himself to say, that I did this, that I pushed myself, a year or so ago, I couldn't. It was too hard for me, and I couldn't do the things that I needed to do. I couldn't have the self-discipline, to push myself and transform my body in order to pass this test and overcome this obstacle. And this year, he did it, and that's something that's going to stick with him for the rest of his life. I'm a firm believer in not holding somebody's hand too much. It really has to come from them. I will coach you, I will push you, and I'll try to motivate you, but there's going to be a point where I'm going to make sure that you realize that this is on you, and this is your journey, and this is your struggle, because that's what happens. Someone does a program or they join a